Let's do it. Yeah, we got a lot that I want to hit
along
on,
the way, but go ahead.
Including
Yeah.
some breaking news this morning we'll get to after a quick word from FanDuel. Summer sports are in full swing, and whether you're all about baseball under the lights, golf on the green, or high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every game even more exciting. We already know you're following the action, so why not make it a little more thrilling? With FanDuel, you can get in on the game with your friends while they're getting sunburnt at the beach. If you're new to FanDuel, well, we have a new offer for you right now. New customers can bet just $5 and get to $150 in bonus bets if their first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today and visit FanDuel.com/UCSS to get started. This morning, the Guardians and Major League Baseball announced that Luis Ortiz is under investigation. The Guardians put out a statement reading, quote, "The Guardians have been notified by Major League Baseball that Luis Ortiz has been placed on leave per an agreement with the Players Association due to an ongoing league investigation. The Guardians are not permitted to comment further at this time and will respect the league's confidential investigative process."
Guys, the Guardians were already going down the drain, right? They've lost 6 in a row. They're at a season low, worst 4 games under 500. Mike just read the statement there. Luis Ortiz was supposed to pitch tonight in the final game of the series against the Cubs at Wrigley. So now you lose one of your, 4 top starters to a team that's already playing horrendous baseball. I don't know if this is the final straw. We'll get into that later. We'll talk more about the team. But specifically on this incident, obviously we don't know what for sure it's about. But we do know it's not drugs, Jason, because if it were drugs, they would say it. Whenever a player is suspended for drug use, it's immediately announced that he's suspended for drug use with a specific amount of games. And that's not what happened here. Yeah. So it's got to be something else. What are you thinking?
First of all, I don't like the way MLB is handling this. If you have enough to pull, you have enough to say why.
It'll come out today probably.
Because what you've done now is you have people thinking the worst about Luis Ortiz. And, I mean, my mind immediately went to it's either gambling or assault allegations of some kind.
Can't think of what else it could be. But.
So now you're questioning, everybody's going to question his character now. And if it is one and not the other, if it's not assault, everyone's thinking it's assault. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And if it has nothing to do with that, it was just gambling. I tend to think it's gambling based on the statement because of the mention of the Players Association.
Right.
So this has been collectively bargained. Whatever he did is in violation of the collective bargaining agreement.
Right. Which is not the case with domestic violence.
Well, I
don't think.
I know the gambling piece is in there. I don't know what the I don't know what the CBA says about any sort of assault allegations. But right there, when it says per an agreement with the Players Association, that tells me it's in violation of the CBA. So obviously you're going to think it's gambling. I think that's what everyone's mind is probably going to go to first, or some sort of assault allegation. And a season from hell is only getting worse for the Guardians. It's been a horrible couple of weeks, and the timing on this obviously is terrible.
Zach, our buddy Zach Meisel, what is wrong with me?
Who's coming on in 25 minutes.
My brain, did you ever have this where your brain is just names or words that you've said a million times?
And it can't get to it. It happens to me all the time. It happens to me all the time.
It was like Zach's name didn't make any sense to me there for a second. It was so weird. That happens to me every once in a while. It freaks me out. But anyway, Zach just put a little bit of an update here. Guardians pitcher Luis Ortiz has been placed on non-disciplinary paid leave through the All-Star break because of an MLB investigation. He was supposed to start tonight. Joey Cantillo will start instead. So there's a little bit of an update there. Tyvis, what do you make of this situation?
To me, this was a pitcher that he had his moments. He wasn't doing that great. Nobody on this team is doing that great. It just adds to the rest of this dumpster fire that this season has been. If it is gambling, it's sad. That's a shame because now you got the Malik Beasley in the NBA. Now you got him in the MLB. I'm sure in the NFL we're gonna have somebody, and it just shows you where this world is going, and it's crazy that you would think that athletes make so much money that they wouldn't have to participate in gambling, but I guess I don't know. You got to figure out what crowd you're hanging with. I don't know if you're trying to help friends out or if you just got roped up in the wrong things, but it's not something that I would throw my career away over. You know, that's the part that gets me every time I see it, is that like you literally are. Because, like, it's not like you get suspended. They, like, ban you for stuff like this.
Yeah, it depends. Now, it depends what happened. I mean, again, we're speculating.
That's it. That's what I said.
It's a bad job by MLB.
If we're talking gambling,
it's
terrible. I would never, like you spend your entire year, your entire life trying to get to the big leagues in any sport.
Right.
And you throw the whole thing away for, like.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible that he can be suspended for life. If it's drugs. I mean, not drugs.
If it's gambling, yeah.
If it's gambling. It depends on what the infraction is, like what he exactly did. But last year, there were like 4 or 5 guys suspended for gambling. A few of them were suspended for a year. One of them, I think, was suspended for half a year. And one guy was suspended for life.
So
I don't know what his infraction is.
Maybe it's not, though.
Well,
because if it was, wouldn't they, like, cut the pay right there? Like, he's on paid leave.
Did it say he's on paid leave?
It's non-punishment leave.
Non-disciplinary paid leave.
So,
all right, I don't know what that means. So maybe it's not gambling.
Well, they're still investigating, is what it means. But again, if you have enough information to pull them, then you have enough information to say why.
Right.
Because otherwise, it sends people down a bad road.
Right.
And it adds undue scrutiny to Luis Ortiz.
Yeah.